I think that with the lower tin for the men, it meant that there was faster movement. You had to run quicker to get to the ball, because it's harder to get back now. And I think that was a big stride forwards. They've changed the scoring system somewhat. It used to be a hand-in, hand-out rallies, but now then it became sort of a point-to-rally system, and finally now first to 11 points, which has reduced down probably the total length of the game and made each point a bit more, I suppose, meaningful. And I think to some extent that has a bit of a change, and maybe the gains are can be a little bit shorter, so they're not quite so. You don't have you still have to be fit and fast, but sort of maybe quick and fast rather than in my days you could get away with a bit of endurance even if you weren't that fit, you weren't that quick. You could still perhaps stay in the court a bit more, but now you have to be fast as well. So you're seeing quick, athletic people tearing around the court, and I think that's good. And there's been because of all the different nationalities involved and the game developing everywhere, there's some really interesting different techniques and styles developed, and I think that also makes it good. No one ever looks the same. And therefore, I think that's exciting. You get your real grinders and you get the real flary players like Ramy Ashour, and so I think there's more of a cross section of players and many more players trying to play professional. And I think that's really good.
I'm a bit of a fan of a great player in one era would be a great player in this. The likes of yourself and Jahangir Khan and those guys. You picked up the racket today. Are the players better today, do you think, or on a par?
You can never. How do you tell that sort of thing? I think in our day and Jahangir and the like, we trained pretty hard. We probably trained as much as these guys did. So whether that makes them better or not, you'd hope that the standard always improves and things. And it's very hard. And as you say, all you have to do is be the number one in your own era. And I think I tend to agree with you. If you had someone like Jahangir go back or come in now, and
with that talent,
he'd certainly do really well, wouldn't he? Because it's not just all technical. It's it's strategies. It's composure. It's a lot goes into playing a sport like squash. And I certainly believe that former champions would also do quite well in whatever era they're put into, and that's why you can never really compare people from different eras, who's better than who. You can never really say that,
And I always like to ask great champions of the world that have travelled the world, did you make a lot of friends in squash that you know today? Did you, because it's an individual sport, did you still build up that sort of camaraderie on tour?
Oh, definitely. That's part of being an international sporting person. You're touring around, you meet people all the way, and yes, I've got friends all over the world. It's one of those the joys of playing the sport. So yes, I mean, people think of it being an individual sport, but most squash is a team sport. You play as an individual, but within a team. You go away, for example, when the Commonwealth Games come in, you're going away a team of players. You play the World Championships as a team. You play your local club as a team. So to me, it's a team game as much as anything else. So. And that means you get friends within the sport and from your own country, as well as people that you meet along the way and outside. I mean, I've got some lovely friends overseas, and I don't see them very often, but when we do catch up, it's fantastic.
Do you still play? Can you still just have a friendly knock around?
I still play. For the last 8 years, for 7.5, I was head coach at the Aspire Academy in Qatar. After I retired from the AIS job, and this job came up, and I thought, this is interesting. They were trying to develop some homegrown champions, and so for me, that's what took me there. That's the reason I'm here with Abdullah, because I've continued to have a coaching role since I finished the job as the head coach. So that's been exciting, And so I get in the court. I was on the court hitting with him before his match today to feed him a few balls. Now I can't run very quick. I feel like I'm going in slow motion, but I can still hit the ball if I can reach it, and I can play at a certain level. But I don't play any matches against people apart from in practice games, and every one of my students I play a match with.
What a great thrill for them.
The younger ones don't come, and I'm sort of the sounding board. When they can beat me, well then they're starting to get somewhere for the young, particularly for the younger ones. But unfortunately, too many of them, or fortunately, if you're a coach, too many of them do start beating me.
Well, I hope it's not the last time we see you. Perhaps this tournament becomes a regular event your visits will.
Well, at least this year, and hopefully for a few more years, I'll help Abdullah Tamimi with his squash, and that'll mean going to various tournaments with him and seeing what's happening. And I hope that I can have some input into his game. He's an exciting young player, and I'd love to see him do well. He's in the 70s in the world now, and I'd like to see him do better than that. And that's what'll take me round. I mean, that's my focus at the moment, and I hope to come back. I've been to a few different places these years with him, and I hope I'll be able to go to many more.
Yeah, really satisfied with tonight. It was one of those games where it's hard not to focus on what's ahead of you, and we just needed to get the win. And probably, if anything, we were probably a bit over-roused in the first half and probably forced a bit too much and didn't really build pressure. But the signs were there, so I was really pleased with the intent was there, and you could see that the boys really wanted it badly. And if anything, we probably just needed to slow down a little bit. And but we got what we needed out of it.
Yeah, it is disappointing. I guess it's in many cases we were outplayed a lot, but it probably came down to our set piece where, when you're absorbing a lot of pressure which Crusaders were putting on us, and when it was our time to exert a bit of pressure on them, we couldn't win our own ball, and that's disappointing. It's 2 weeks in a row.
And I was really wrapped with the way that we went into the game. We just kept taking the points on offer. We didn't kick it to the corners too early and try and force the game. And we just built pressure. I felt like the whole game was just slowly building, and I thought our defence tonight was outstanding. We conceded one try late in the game, but right across the board, I thought it was probably the difference. But I was really pleased. We got what we needed, and it is hard not to think ahead and all the different scenarios. We knew we just had to win.
And when you play the best teams in the competition, you've got to play your best, and I'm not sure we've done that. Both teams that we've played against the last 2 weeks, we've really struggled to win our own ball, or clean ball. And clean ball, when we've done that, e.g. the week before against the Chiefs, we've scored some good set-piece tries, as we have all year. But I guess that comes down to pressure and the big moments and the big games.
Initially we just wanted a win, and that mindset got us going. I think once we accumulated a few points in that first half, I guess the decision really to take the line out and right on half-time, paid dividends for us. And you got to set pressure first and go from there.
Yeah, I think we just simply outplayed by our quality side. As forwards, I think we weren't quite there at the set piece and didn't deliver good ball for our backs. And the quality side, and they played well. They really stretched us, and I guess whether we were thinking too far ahead and we weren't quite there, it's hard to measure. But positives, we're in the playoffs, and we've got a big week ahead of us.
Yeah, we've worn a little bit of stick from the backs about our maul, and we haven't delivered that much through the year. So to score 3 meat pies through that was really good, and we did focus on it through the week, and so it's really pleasing to see that we got some reward out of it.
I think we've got a bit of momentum now. Our performance is certainly at this time right now a lot better than what we were last year. Probably limping into the semis and really I guess fighting to try and make it. Whereas now we're in a position, hopefully, where we'll have a home game no matter what either next week or the week after, and we can really go at it.
We've got a motto, 1 to 37 brotherhood, and I think we've been living that, right from the November when we got together, and I think we've just got a good balance on and off the field, and you can really tell when we're playing well that the boys are enjoying it, and I think it's been a great year so far, but the job's still we've still got a job ahead of us.
You need confidence going into finals footy. I think if anything, we've scraped our way into this in the past, and we've got a really fit squad that's pretty determined to do something this year. So I think and the bubble and squeaks there. So we're ready to go, and we can be better than what we did tonight, than how we played tonight.